And now we come to the final chapter, 6-3. We just call this Wesker or the finale. Inventory-wise, what you're going to do is put a rocket in your inventory. If you finally have the gold that you couldn't afford the rocket before, you buy a rocket and then still put it in your inventory regardless.
Yeah.
Sell your treasures, do whatever you need to.
And as Chris or whoever's wielding the or wielding the grenade launcher, if you have that extra pack of flash rounds still, just go ahead and put that in your inventory as well. Because it's going to be nice on the last bit here, just to stun some enemies. Can't hurt.
We also misspoke in the last chapter that Lost Bride's necklaces are 2,000 each, not 3,000 each.
2,000, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So the majority of this chapter, if any of you ever played Mercenaries, any sort of battle royale, what's going to happen is there are 2 timed events in 2 parts of the room. You just need to survive pretty much and protect each other. So Cosmic has really the only specific routing in this room. As a Sheva player, you're just going to do your best to not die, protect Chris. That's it.
Yep. All right, so let's get started.
So that's the logos.
This war room is also where you're going to utilize all the things, all the general tech you've learned over the game, which includes shooting them in the knee, mealing, reloading while you're hitting them. And I'll just demonstrate on my end how to do it pretty smoothly as opposed to manually reloading, wasting all your bullets. You're going to want to have at least 15 bullets as on Sheva by the end of this room. So don't worry about this first guy. He always gets burned by the exhaust right there. You want Chris to go first because he's got to hit a switch at the far end of this. So you can use this time to pick up this incendiary right here. You're going to want to shoot this guy for Chris so he doesn't get in the way. Then from here, go to town.
And pull the lever, skip the cutscene.
The enemies will have different armor elsewhere, so sometimes they'll have face masks, sometimes they'll have knee pads, so just utilize, become the best Resident Evil Pro player you can be at this point.
Yeah, the only thing here with Chris is that after a certain point, some enemies are going to appear. I don't really know the timing on this. I just kind of like hang around here until it feels like there's been enough time. You just want to pull out your Dragunov at some point when you start seeing some enemies drop down from here. And you're going to just want to headshot all of them, so. Going to help Sheva out a little bit here as well. You can also just kind of, yeah, just hang here. So they're going to start popping out of here. And you just want to take them out, especially this guy up top here. He's going to have a rocket launcher always. Not getting some great shots right now, but there we go. And you just want to make sure that you take all these guys out before it's time for you and Sheva to move on to the next area.
And there's a very audible cue. It's when the humming of the generator stops and you just hear the blaring. That's when you want to turn around. Don't pick up any of these stuff yet.
Oopsie. That was me smashing the jump. So. Yeah.
So before this happens, if you have any extra nades, this is where you use them. You're not going to need them for the rest of the game. You're going to have to deal with 2 bugs. So.
Just watch out for a rocket launcher guy over here too. You want to take these bugs out as quickly as possible. Make sure that you flash them. They're always going to come from the center here. If there's a rocket launcher guy here, you want to try and just take him out as soon as possible. Make sure you're juggling between that and the bugs here.
And as Sheva, you want to be, like I said, keep track of your ammo count. And after the 2 bugs, it should be relatively free. If you didn't have enough gold to pick up by the rocket, the 2 power stones that these bugs have are 5,000 each, or 3,000. It doesn't matter. You should be able to buy your rockets during the reset we do at Airfield Wesker.
Yeah, so the only thing here as Chris is that you want to quick shot a rocket right about here in the center of these 2 holes. Because there's going to be some minigun or Gatling gun enemies that come out, and you're just going to use the rocket to kill them.
As Sheva, make sure you have ammo, heal your partner. There's an audio cue. So you hear the rumbling of whatever. So that stopped. So right now we got about a couple seconds. That's your cue to just hang out by the door. One of you go for the right key, one of you go for the left key. Self-explanatory, get to the double door.
And it is pretty important to be at full health here as well, because Airfield Wesker has a chance to just shoot you, and you could suffer some time loss if you get some bad RNG on him multiple times in a row, or you'll suffer more time loss on him than normal if you're at low health. So I would definitely recommend not going in here at like even half health. Just go in with full health if you can. It'll save you a bunch of headaches. So Airfield Wesker, what you want to do as Chris is you're going to always do at least one checkpoint reset and put a rocket in your inventory. And Host always has to do this one because the Host rocket does more damage than the off-Host rocket. So you're going to be firing with you're going to be holding your handgun and shooting at a white line that will be in front of you in the airfield, and then quick shooting your rocket at it so that it will then stun Wesker, and then Sheva will be using her machine gun to complete his stun, and then you'll be restraining him with an F command, and then Sheva will be running over to inject him with a vial of, you know, like an overdose basically of a virus.
This is a bit RNG as well. We haven't figured it out. We've experimented with so many times, but the most consistent thing we could do is, for the Chris players, just explain, do that. As a Sheva player, you're going to want to go a little bit to the right forward. Turn around. You're going to get stunned from the rocket, but as soon as you get stunned from the rocket, you want to fire a couple of shots at Wesker. If Wesker dodges, that means you have to reset because the rocket damage didn't register. But if you get a hit and he starts kneeling down, that's when the cycle is right. You want to run over to Chris and inject Wesker with the anti-serum before the first reset, so that the host can, whoever's not the hosts, you want to run towards Wesker so you can take the damage, so that the host doesn't get interrupted while trying to restart. So we'll just show it off.
Yep. So you go ahead and do this cutscene skip here.
So you're gonna block the shots.
And then go ahead and checkpoint reset. Then you're going to put a rocket in your inventory. Your last rocket in your inventory. Hit ready up.
And as Sheva, you're going to run a little bit forward to the right, get stunned by the rocket, and then turn around, shoot Wesker a couple of times. So hopefully we can show you what it looks like when you miss and what it looks like when you hit him. So
here's the white line right here. You just want to hit him there.
Oh,
okay.
Got it first time.
Do it now.
Nice.
Give him a shot.
And then boom.
What'll happen is if it didn't work, the Wesker will just start dodging. You just gotta reset. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if he doesn't get stunned from the rocket for whatever reason, yada yada yada, just checkpoint reset. You'll automatically have your rocket in your inventory. Just shoot right at the white line. Boom, boom, boom. Good to go.
The second part of the final boss fight, quick time events. It's F and D for firing, dodging. Sheva's gonna have a spam A and D in the middle, but you'll just see the rotation. Both of you are gonna dodge on the first action. Then it'll be a Chris single action, followed by a Sheva spam, followed by a Sheva single action, followed by a Chris single action.
Drawing complete. Global saturation.
This is going to be an F or V for both players. Press skip. This will be a Chris single action. This will be Sheva spam A and D. This will be a Sheva single action, followed by a Chris single action.
And I should say that like disconnects are really, really common in this section. So if you're kind of afraid of a disconnect, don't like mash through the cutscenes immediately. Delay them a little bit.
When you press escape, yeah.
Yeah, when you press escape. Because there's been a lot of times that we've lost runs to those QTEs. No idea why, but those are just the breaks. So after you skip the cutscenes here, you're just gonna run forward. And
this
then
is the final boss. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the final boss fight. You don't need to heal. Don't worry about anything. there's only one simple tech for Chris and one simple tech for Sheva. We'll just explain it. Pretty much, Wesker's going to spawn. You're going to want to 180 after the cutscene and go across this bridge right here. The bridge will break, and Chris will be stuck on an island with Wesker. Normally in the casual playthrough, you'd want to jump off that island as soon as possible, but Wesker needs to be in a certain couple feet away from Chris before his weak spot is shown. And we're going to want to wait as the Chris player, or Chris is going to want to wait before that weak spot is shown. There'll be a cutscene before he jumps across. Sheva this whole time, instead of trying to help Chris out, will be aiming my final rocket right where that weak spot is. 10% of the time, that rocket won't connect because, as you will see, Wesker's waving his tentacle arms around, and if you're really unlucky, the tentacle will block the shot. But generally, it should be clear. After that, you'll get a dual action QT, and you will have to manually hit time as soon as you press that final dual action, which is firing the rocket in the cutscene. So we'll just go ahead and show it.
Yeah. So for the Chris end of this, when you spawn on the little island with just Wesker, I usually run to the edge of it to see the jump prompt, and then once you see the cutscene where it shows Wesker's weak point, then you're gonna jump across at that point, and Sheva will be able to just end things from there. So here we go.
And it's generally noted if you're too close to Wesker, he'll get an insta-kill on Chris.
Why can't you understand?
Yeah.
Do you really believe the world is worse?
So here we go. Just run forward.
You're just gonna aim about right here, zoom in,
Humans have escaped.
Jump across.
wait, and then fire right there. Cutscene, press spam escape.
Long load screen. And then you say, suck on this, Wesker. Suck on this, Wesker.
And then as soon as you press the A and D, press your end run button or whatever you do for auto splitter. You have to do it manually. It is
Yeah, you have
this
to,
part.
yeah, you do have to manually split for this part. But at that point, that is Resident Evil 5 New Game Co-op.
My name is Avu Kamu, playing the Sheva.
And my name is DECosmic, playing Chris. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you like learning the run, and hope to see you on the leaderboard.
Bye-bye.